got one in. This is it. I got another one. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Back out here on the water today, and I'm super excited because we're on Lake Gaston. But not only am I excited about being out here on this beautiful lake, I'm also pretty excited because we are going to be throwing around an illegal lure. That's right, this lure was deemed so effective that major fishing organizations banned this lure from competition. So we're gonna find out today, is this lure really that effective, or are they full of crap? So what we're doing today is we're throwing around the good old Alabama rig, the umbrella rig, the chandelier. It has a bunch of different names to it. But basically what this is, it's a rig that has multiple swim baits on it. Some people throw grubs, different things, but some have blades on them for flash, just like this one does. But overall, this is just a lure that has multiple hooks on it. Some states do not allow more than a certain number of hooks. We're here in Virginia, and there is no limit on the amount of hooks this can have, so it has 5 jig heads on it with hooks. But a lot of major tournament organizations deem this lure to be too effective. So it wasn't very long after it came out that it was banned from competition. And I've caught fish on this rig before, but I've never just dedicated a day to throwing it like we're gonna do today. This is all we're gonna throw. We're gonna be out here for several hours, and we're gonna determine, is this lure so effective that it should not be able to be used in competition, or is that a bunch of BS? So let's go ahead. We're gonna get to our first spot. We're gonna fish a bunch of high percentage areas today, and we're gonna see if we can put a bunch of fish in the boat. So let's go ahead, let's get to our first spot. All right, everybody, well, we are here on our first spot, and we're probably going to end up running in the backs of some creeks today as well. But right now we're going to start off on the main lake, and we're going to see if we can generate some bites out here. Hopefully find possibly some big spots out here on some of these points, but also some big largemouth, you know, maybe even some striper. I really don't know, but there definitely should be some spots out here on this point. So we're going to throw that up there, and we're just going to reel it in nice and slow. Nice and slow. Typically, if you have any type of aggressive fish, you can get bit on it. So hopefully that is the case today. You know, honestly, I know there's fish down there, so if this lure was so effective that it literally just caught every fish that you threw around it, I would have done caught one by now. I mean, let's be honest here. I probably would have caught one by now. But the goal today is to catch several fish on this Alabama rig, and hopefully to have a good day out here throwing an illegal lure. This lake does have big old spotted bass in it, big largemouth. There's no, well, I'm not gonna say there's no smallmouth out here, because there are a very few. There are a very few smallmouth out here, but definitely not expecting to catch one of those today. There's striper in here, so we got several species that we're gonna have the chance to potentially catch today. But we're just working along this point. We're gonna see if we can get smacked. All right, so we're gonna make one more cast here, at spot number 1. And so far, do I deem the Alabama rig to be too effective to use in a tournament? Absolutely not. But that's okay, because we're going to go to some more spots and we're going to fish some more areas, and we're going to see if we can catch some fish on it. I'm sure we're going to get bit today, and hopefully that little one won't be the only fish we catch. But if this lure is so effective, we definitely should catch a ton of bass, right? You would think so. So let's go ahead and let's move to the next spot. All right, so spot number 2. We're pulling up on a main lake point with a rock pile on it. So it's a rock pile out here. Got some rocks over here to the right. Typically a pretty decent spotted bass area to catch some fish. So we're gonna throw the A-rig up here and see if we can get bit. Now this is another thing here, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of hooks and stuff, you deal with a lot of tangles. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. But you know, I am using the jig heads out of the package. I honestly wish that I did have some better jig heads to use on this, because if I get into a big fish, they hopefully don't bend it out, but it's not the best. It's not the best jig heads, and I don't really have any other 1/8 ounce heads other than I think the ones I use for my, you know, I guess I could use the ones I use for my jig head minnow. I could use them. But we're gonna throw this around and see if we can get bit. We get up there kind of close to the shoreline. Fire it up there. Reel it back nice and slow. And we're just gonna work along. Ooh, a big fish just jumped right there. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that was. Oh, I might have just got a bite. I don't know though. Oh, I got one then. That was cool. Spotted bass. All right. Well, there we go. There we go. And that's another thing with this rig. You're seeing it right now. It has a lot of hooks. You got hooks flying all over the place. You got to be careful. Probably suggest using, I was about to say flyers, but using pliers wouldn't be the worst idea. So we're going to go ahead and get a pair. And actually, I'm going to use them to get him by the lip, because he came off and this hook got him in the belly kind of. So we're going to get this out. We're going to get that out right there. There we go. All right. Pretty little spotted bass right there. I'm not going to say first fish of the day, because it's not the first fish, but it is the biggest fish, and it's a pretty little guy. And we're going to throw him back. Thank you, my dude. He bit the good old Alabama rig. So that is the first, I'm going to call it the first fish. I mean, the first one we caught was so tiny. It was very, very little. But all right, well, we got bit on this, so we're going to keep throwing it a little bit. Hopefully we get a big fish on it. Like, that would be what we would definitely want, is to get a big fish. But hey, I will take that for fish number 1. Don't think I'm gonna deem it illegal yet, but hey, we got a fish. So I don't know, like I said, this little, oh my goodness, I got another one. I just got another one. Wait a minute, do I have 2? Yes, I do. 2 at one time. Y'all check that out. Y'all check that out. We have got a largemouth and a spotted bass. That is cool. We're gonna restart this back camera because I just caught that other fish, but There's the largie right there flopping down into the bottom of the boat. We're gonna get him. This is a little teeny spot right here. There's that guy. That's cool. All right, and then we got a largemouth right here. Little largemouth right there. What a beauty. All right. Thank you, dude. Hey, well, maybe we might be seeing why this thing is deemed illegal. I mean, hey, catching 2 at a time. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get back up on this point. Throw up there and throw around this. Kick this trolling motor up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and move. So after spot number 2, would I deem this lure illegal? Absolutely not. Let's go to spot number 3. All right, spot number 3. I did not run to the back of a creek. I thought about this shoreline and I wanted to hit it and give it a try. Sometimes it can have right many fish on it, so we're gonna try it out. It has a lot of rock up here. And of course, everybody knows that rock a lot of times can be a big deal when, you know, when you're fishing any time of the year. So we're gonna see if we can get one up here and get one to bite. There we go. There we go. On the A-rig. I saw that fish. I saw that fish down there on the bottom. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, baby. Get in here. All right. Nice spotted bass. Good spot. All right. Chill out, bud. All right. Well, another A-rig fish. An absolute beauty. Y'all check that one out right there. I was throwing it out, reeling it in really slow because I'm seeing a few spots out here. And man, that's a pretty one. I had a really big one actually follow it the cast before. And it didn't commit. You know, a lot of fish follow this bait and don't commit. Just a ton of fish follow it. Got a little bit of a line wrap situation here, but good deal. Good deal. I think it's a bunch of fish in this area right here. A lot of fish coming up top, busting. I'm seeing some fish on live scope moving around. And when the fish are committing and biting, they are really, really biting it good. So maybe we can pick up a few more. Got one. What do I got here? Big white perch. My chesty is dead. Well, it's not dead, it's overheated as always. But we got a great big white perch here. Great big one. I could see a school of fish down there. Oh my goodness. those suckers, and they got some sharp, sharp fins. He just slung water all over the camera. And not only that, he pooped all over my hand. Ah, you nasty sucker. All right, there you go. We're gonna throw him out of here. Nasty sucker. Put a fin in my hand, threw my glove, got me there, and he got poop all over my hand. All right, y'all, I think we're gonna go ahead and work into the back of a creek. Now I'm trying to think of which one I want to go into. I think I'm gonna run back up the lake a little bit more and go into one that a lot of times I catch them in schooling, so I'm hoping maybe I'll find some in there. So we're gonna go ahead and run in there. It's right up around the bend, so we're gonna go there, see if we can catch any, and hopefully we catch a bunch in there. But you know, this lure, I mean, he catches fish, but we're talking about crazy stuff being illegal in tournaments and all. Is the Alabama rig that effective? You know, absolutely not. But let's go ahead and get to the next spot. All right. So we're gonna throw around the A-rig. I'm gonna spread these wires out a little bit more, but we're gonna work our way into here. And this is probably gonna be the last spot that we're gonna fish. I really hope this is loaded up good, because a lot of times it will get pretty loaded up. So we're gonna see if we can find them in here and get a whole bunch of bites. I'm gonna start off just throwing up here around this grass, right up here at this front edge. You know, I definitely expect the fish to be more in the back of this pocket. You know, this is kind of just working our way in, is kind of why we're fishing the way we are, just throwing up here to work our way in. Ooh, there's a big school of spots right there in front of us. Ah, get in, get in, get in. Man, I'm really hoping to be able to pick up another one on this A-rig. You know, we're right here, getting here now in the middle of the day, and things seem to have slowed down a little bit for sure. But honestly, I think that I could be throwing other stuff and getting bit. I honestly do. So that's one thing about it is, you know, do I think that I could catch fish on other lures if I was not throwing the A-rig? You know, absolutely. You know, they're saying that, or deeming this bait to be so effective that you don't need to throw anything else. That's what I take it as, if you're deeming it to be illegal. That's how I take it. And that definitely is not the case. I mean, not even close. I feel like I probably could have thrown a spinnerbait or, you know, a chatterbait, or just maybe even the jig head minnow, you know, and I mean anything, and been more effective, 100%. I honestly do. All right, y'all, well, I think this is going to be my last cast with this. You know, I've been out here for over 5 hours throwing only this, and I've caught a few fish. Had a few more bites that I did not hook up on, but I'm gonna tell you, honestly, I feel like if I would have used another technique, I could have definitely put some fish in the boat, some more fish in the boat. So therefore, I do not personally think this lure should be illegal in any circumstance anywhere. It is not that effective. For something to be illegal, to me, that should mean that you're just catching fish left and right. Almost every cast, every fish that sees it just has to have it. And I can tell you that is not the case for the Alabama rig. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think this lure should still be illegal in some tournament organizations? Or do you think they should let them fish with it? Let me know in the comments below. But this was a fun video. Didn't catch any big ones, unfortunately, but anytime I come out here and I'm able to throw around one lure to try to get more confident in it, that's always a good thing. So anyway, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and if you want me to do more videos like this, be sure to let me know. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you next time on Gunfish TV.